Hi everyone, I'm John Casey. Great to have your company here from Fort Knox in Melbourne for the latest edition of Big Time Boxing. What a tremendous program we have coming your way. A dual main event with two Australian titles up for grabs. The current national junior welterweight champion Stevie Marks, a very popular man in this neck of the woods, will be defending his title against Fred Knuthia, the Kenyan who steps down from the welterweight championship here in Australia to fight for the junior welterweight title. He puts his welterweight crown up for grabs, and that will allow Solomon Egberemi, the Nigerian now based here in Australia, to fight Eddie Delic in a rematch from last November that has a lot of people excited. A full 6-event card coming your way. Let's tell you about it, and we shall get underway with two debutants. Barry Hancock, the Queenslander, journeys south to face Aaron Kelly in a super middleweight battle. Both men making their debut over 4 rounds. Should be a good way to get things started. Then we move through to a welterweight clash. Joe Salquist will be in against Lee Purcell. Purcell, undefeated in 2 fights, a former Australian amateur champion, has big raps on him. Joe Salquist is trying to get back to the winner's circle and will have his hands full here against the up-and-coming prospect from Blackburn in Victoria. Then through to a super middleweight clash. Brown Enyi from the ACT goes in against Stuart Moller. Moller is the current Victorian light heavyweight champion. He steps down a division to fight Brown Enyi, who we've seen in action before here on Big Time Boxing. His most recent outing on the undercard to Anthony Mundine was his best performance. Let's hope he can maintain that form to provide a good scrap against Stuart Moller. Then the Victorian Cruiserweight title goes on the line between two very popular Victorians, Dominic Duraco and Costa Chondros. Chondros has had 5 fights. None of them have gone beyond 3 rounds. He either wins early or gets knocked out himself, so expect plenty of fireworks when he steps in against Dominic Duraco for the state Cruiserweight title. And then the first of our feature events will Eddie Delic from Victoria against Solomon Egberemi for the Australian welterweight title over 12 3-minute rounds. This is a big step up for both men, their biggest night. Egberemi undefeated in 6 fights so far, did beat Delic back in November last year over 6 rounds, but Eddie Delic believes he has enough to get the job reversed against Solomon Egberemi for the Australian title. And then our final event will be for the Australian junior welterweight title. Stevie Marks in his second reign as junior welterweight champion of this country, and Fred Knuthia, who's been so impressive since being based in Adelaide. He won the Australian welterweight title, has decided to go back to junior welterweight, and that is where we will have our feature event. So a lot to look forward to here from Fort Knox, and to tell us more about it, I'll bring in the former IBF world champion, junior lightweight division, Barry Michael. Great to see you again, Barry, and what a card we've got going.
John, looks like an absolutely fantastic card. All I can say is that the Fighters Factory and Murray Thompson always put on a great show, and it's going to be a great night of fights. Now,
you know Stevie Marks pretty well. We've seen him a lot here on Big Time Boxing. Always polished, always a good technician. We always enjoy watching him.
I really like Stevie Marks. He's got huge potential, but inactivity is the biggest thing against him. It's a tough job against Fred Knuthia tonight, mate. Fred's, he's in super condition. He's been winning well. I hope the Melbourne boys go well, but it's a very tough job for Eddie Delic and for Stevie Marks. Tough job, mate.
It's certainly going to have it tough. And the Victorian Cruiserweight title on the line as well. Costa Chondros, always entertaining.
That'll be explosive. That'll be a really... Costa Chondros, a big puncher. That's going to be an explosive fight.
So we're expecting plenty of excitement. Looking forward to your comments as well, Barry. Hope you can stay with us. Our opening event here from Fort Knox, not far away. Yes, should be a very entertaining night of action here from Fort Knox. Some of the pre-fight entertainment conducted a little earlier, just to whet the appetite for our fans. And we're not far away from our opening event between Barry Hancock and Aaron Kelly at super middleweight level. And certainly Aaron Kelly is going to be significantly taller and will enjoy a good edge in reach. If you look at the bottom line there, Aaron Kelly 183 centimetres, Barry Hancock 174. So it's almost 3.5 inches in the old language. And as you can see, some differential in the weights as well, with Aaron Kelly coming in at 167 pounds, just under the super middleweight limit. Barry Hancock down at 161 or 72.95 kilos as we look at the tail of the tape. Both men on debut, both had good amateur careers, and both are, I'm sure, just a little nervous. But let's get things underway and take you inside centre ring. Our extra man is going to be Andy Raymond.
We're scheduled to open the night here at Fort Knox for 4 3-minute rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first in this interstate contest, fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Queensland and is trained by Johnny Briggs at Pine Rivers. Weighing in at 76.15 kilos, making his professional debut tonight after 18 amateur fights, Barry Bulldog Hancock. Standing across the ring from Blackburn, Victoria, he weighed in at 72.9 and is trained out of the Fighters Factory under the watchful eye of Murray Thompson. An amateur career of 19 fights with 15 wins, Aaron Kelly. The third man in centre ring, when the bell rings, Jim Boland, your judges at ringside, Andrew Campbell, Mick Croucher and Annika Williams.
Murray Thompson there with the final instructions for Aaron Kelly.
No respect, fellas. No questions? Okay. Neutral corners, when in case there's a knockdown, one behind me. Okay.
Jim Boland with the final instruction. Barry Michael with me at ringside, one of the best referees here in the state.
Jim Boland's an excellent referee. He's had plenty of experience. On paper, John, this looks a pretty even match, really, maybe except for the weight differential that you mentioned before. But Aaron Kelly having his first pro fight at 30 years of age, and Barry Hancock at 28 having making his professional debut.
Aaron Kelly in the red and white trunks, as we mentioned, taller, heavier, with an edge in reach. All heading in his direction at the moment. Barry Hancock in the blue and white has made the trek down from Brisbane to make his debut.
Nice left hook right hand there from Aaron Kelly. Hancock, the six pound weight differential is quite considerable with this in this class. Barry Hancock evidently runs marathons, the lighter of the two boys, and Aaron Kelly's a bricklayer by trade. Oh, good punching there by both boys. Aaron Kelly looking good in the opening minute of the first round.
Certainly appears to have an edge in power in the early stages here. A little more sting in his punches than those coming from Barry Hancock in the blue and white at the moment. Only 4 rounds, so not a lot of time for them to settle down, and no doubt both a little nervous, Barry.
For sure, being their pro debut, I'm sure they're going to get pretty well stuck into it. They're feeling each other out a little bit, but solid punches are being thrown by both boys. But you can see that both boys are experienced. That was a beautiful right drive to the body from Aaron Kelly. That shot would have taken a lot out of Barry Hancock. It hit him cleanly, and it's a shot that doesn't look very debilitating, but it certainly is.
Nice tight defence being shown here by Barry Hancock. Kelly's had success working to the body.
Yeah, Kelly's looking for that right hand over the top. He was successful with it in the first minute. Left hook right hand he likes to throw. Oh, there's that right drive to the body again. That hurt. Oh, there we go.
Body shot, and Barry Hancock is down here in the opening round.
3, 4,
Wincing in pain. He's
5,
taking some punishment to the body.
6,
He wants to continue.
7,
I don't know for how
8.
much
Right,
longer he'll be able to
okay.
go, though, because he's trying to protect the rib cage. He doesn't look all that good at the moment.
50 seconds left in this round. One more good body shot and it'll be over. There we go. That's it.
That's it.
And it's going to be waved away. Barry Hancock is stopped here in the opening round, and it's Aaron Kelly who makes a spectacular pro debut, coming up for the first round stoppage.
Very, very good body punching there. Both hands, right drive to the body, left hook to the body from Aaron Kelly. Very, very, very impressive in his professional debut.
Well, Murray Thompson there, just unlacing the gloves of Aaron Kelly, told us that Aaron was rather nervous coming into his first professional fight, which is to be expected, but he didn't show any signs of it. He was very accurate with his punching. Here's some of the better action. Work to the body with good authority. Straight away appeared to have an edge in power. That was illustrated in the tail of the tape. He was able to transform that from paper, certainly, to what happened inside the ring. And Barry Hancock, well, he was clouded with a couple of big shots.
That left hook just under the short rib, that's a very, very dangerous, debilitating punch.
Excellent work from Aaron Kelly. The 30-year-old makes his debut in style. Let's get the official announcement. And with those honours, let's get to Andy Raymond.
Ladies and gentlemen, at a time of 2 minutes 18 seconds in round number 1, your winner on professional debut, Aaron Kelly.
Well, that's a way to get your professional career started, Barry. First round stoppage.
That's for sure, John. I tell you what, he's a very fit, strong-looking boy, Aaron Kelly. As I said, he's a bricklayer.
The super middleweight ranks here in
And
Australia
presenting
very
the
solid
Heartland
at the
to
moment.
your winner,
It's
hold on,
Anthony
Mazen.
Mundine making a lot of noise for Australia.
He certainly has got some big things coming up too, Anthony Mundine, which we'll probably have a chat about later, I would imagine.
Mark Bajero is the current Australian super middleweight champion. Anthony Mundine has held the title, so has Rick Thornberry. Danny Green so impressive on the Costa Zoo undercard, lifting his record to 10 wins, including 10 knockouts. Sam Solomon and Paul Smallman. But while we speak of Danny Green, he was on the undercard to Costa Zoo Ben Tacky that you would have seen in our pubs and clubs recently, and Danny Green could scarcely have been more impressive. But the undisputed champion of the world is Costa Zoo, and we hope that his next appearance will be fighting here in Australia. Let's have a look at what happened when he returned with all his belts here to Australia.